on some other movies. Batman the Killing Joke. If you want something not too heavy, the Lego Batman movie. There's also Batman the Dark Knight. If you want more of the cartoons, you want to see that old makeup, Batman Return of the Cap, or I say Cap Crusader, or go rent The King of Comedy, right? And see some old great movie and see how not having that great human connection, that kindness, can bring the evil Joker in all of us.
So what do you think? Number one at the box office for a few months?
Yes.
And what makes you think that?
There's been a buzz, and after Heath Ledger left and done such an amazing job, there's been a lot of negativity, and it's something that people will see. Also, a lot of the other movies, like the Avengers and stuff, it's goody to, there's a lot of goody to, and right now that's not where our country is at. It's just kind of a realism of a reflection of where we're at right now.
I have a feeling I'm going to walk out of this movie a little depressed, a little weird.
Yeah, so make sure you go out with your friends, have a good time. Don't go by yourself.
And if you broke out with somebody, it's not a movie. I'm going to go see a superhero film so I could
or go relax and volunteer somewhere afterwards. Tons of food banks out there.
All right. Next, we're going to be talking about Disneyland. They're having some problems.
No.
Oh, they're always having problems. But first, before we get into that, let's get into a quick interview. Legion M talking to the presidents, vice presidents, and the head chiefs, stuff like that. We're going to give you a little Hollywood and what Legion M is owned and up to. The fan-owned company making movies left and right. So Legion M, this is from Silicon Valley Comic-Con during the summer, only like a few weeks ago. We're going back.
Hey, you know what? We're sitting at Silicon Valley Comic-Con. I'm at the Legion M. What is this, like our third or second time together?
No, this is, with you or at Silicon Valley. Yeah, I think this is at least two. And we launched our company at the very first Silicon Valley Comic-Con, the very first show.
I saw you guys, and you had a booth set up in the center that time.
Yeah, we had a robot chicken animator.
Yes, that's right.
We were here all weekend.
Okay, if nobody knows what I'm doing, I am with Jeff and Paul in the morning, but I only have Paul today.
Well, we're doing Jeff and Silent Paul today. So
all right. I got to break it down. Legion M. It is break it down how this works, because we've talked. We were on the air before, and I met you guys a few times. It's a movie studio, you produce movies that are produced, and they're owned, and they're produced by the fans themselves by investing in it. Correct?
Well, yeah. So the fans don't necessarily produce them, but we're the world's first fan-owned entertainment company, meaning that we're the first company that's been designed from day one to be owned by fans instead of corporate investors. So we've got, it's like people at Comic-Con can come invest, and we've got nearly 20,000 investors. And our whole philosophy, our thesis, is that if you have an entertainment company that's owned by a group of passionate fans, you've got a huge competitive advantage, because we've got a legion of people that we know are going to come out when our movies come out, and they're going to bring their friends and family, and they're going to talk about it on social media because it's their movie. And
so Legion M, how did we get the name Legion M?
Good question. The M has a bar over it, which is the Roman numeral for 1 million, because our long-term goal is to unite 1 million fans as shareholders of the company.
Okay. All right. Let's go back in time a little bit. So I sat here with you. Your other half called me, and he said he wanted to promote the movie Mandy, which I loved. It was creepy as hell. It was so creepy.
It is a lot of things as hell. You could just fill in that blank with about 11 adjectives.
And then we go back to that, and when I was at the last Silicon Valley Comic-Con, you guys were working with the movie. The guy from Doctor Who, what was the name of that?
David Tennant. That was Bad Samaritan was the film.
Right, Bad Samaritan.
With David Tennant and Dean Devlin and Robert Sheehan.
And then my favorite one you did was the one, don't say it, Colossus?
Colossal.
Oh, Colosso, and I have the statue in my room.
Oh,
that's... Her head. I got it from the Alamo.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I love that movie. And it took me a while. I had to get my wife to watch this. I'm like, you got to watch this. She goes, this is interesting. This is great. You guys are producing and getting movies out there that I would say are top-notch stuff.
Thank you very much.
Very top-notch.
Yeah. It's
and I'm going to push it again. Colosso was awesome. Colosso, did I say
Colossal.
Right? Colossal. I do that all the time.
With Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis.
How many takes did he hit her with? How many takes was that?
How many what?
When he hit her, how many takes was that?
Okay. I don't know. And even if I did, I don't think I could tell you.
Okay, so that's a tease right there. You know, there's now people are going to want to see it. Go ahead. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no. Well, so Colossus was made, so we didn't actually produce that one. So our slate is about half and half. So half of them are films that we are producing and developing.
Okay.
Half of them are ones that we're investing in. So in the case of Colossal,
see, it's hard to follow you
we
guys.
Can't take any credit for how great a movie it is,
okay.
but we can take credit for the fact that we saw it and we thought this is amazing, and we invested in it in the P&A at that point. But A Girl with No Name,
that's what I was looking at.
That's a great example of a film that we're producing from the ground up. So we
so that's not out yet.
That's not out. No,
it's okay.
We're trying to get that made, right? So here's the thing: when you join Legion M, you are getting in this is the Hollywood process, right? So we release this. It's an award-winning script. It won the best screenplay award at Slam Dance, which is the kind of the AAA league for Sundance, and. We partnered with the director and the producer, and we decided to release it as a comic book, right? Because if you think about it, a comic book is a lot like storyboards. So this comic book that we're releasing is like the first draft of the storyboards. And we're doing that because we want to get momentum behind it. We want to start to build a fan base. Mm-hmm. This is a brand new IP that we're creating. And we're using it as a way to get feedback from the fans. So the people that buy the comic book have the opportunity to read it and then join us for an online development call with the director and the producer, where you can tell us what you liked and what you didn't like and give casting suggestions and all that sort of stuff.
So when are you doing this? When's this happening?
That'll be coming up shortly, I think.
Where do you do that at?
Oh, it's online.
But where's the headquarters for that? Is that out of L.A.?
Well, yeah. I'm honestly the producer. The director lives in New York, and I think the producer lives in New York.
So it is online. So let's just say if I was online and I had it and I recorded some of it. I'm not doing this. I'm just saying. Would you mind if I rebroadcast any of it? I'm very interested.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that we would be wide open to that. I mean, we just need to make sure that it's not something super sensitive.
No.
That's the whole point. So
I don't want his PIN number or anything like that.
Yeah. But I mean, to give you an idea. Well, first of all, it's a woman.
Oh my bad.
Second of all, so it's part of what we're trying to do is generate energy, right?
Yeah.
So we did the pre-sales on Kickstarter.
Yes.
And we set our target at $6,000 because that's the average amount that a comic book makes. And we're okay, this is a brand new IP. No one's ever heard of it.
Okay.
It's adapted from a screenplay, so it's not like we have some, amazing comic book writer.
And then who's writing it? Who do you have writing it?
Dave Elliott, working with the director, who's Tanya Wexler, adapted it from the screenplay. Right?
Okay.
All right, so,
I'm following you.
But we ended up with over $135,000 worth of pre-sales.
Wow.
And so what that does is now when we go take it to a studio or to a finance partner, it's not just here's an award-winning script. It's here's an award-winning script that is starting to develop a fan base already. And the fact that it vastly exceeded expectations on Kickstarter and did better than it had any right to do is a really good signal that will help us convince. Because there's literally probably 1,000 projects in Hollywood for every one that makes it to the big screen. Or makes it to TV.
Yes.
So when you come in with Legion M, literally you're coming along for the ride with us. And that's what's so fun is that when we get this movie made, and I say when because we're going to find a way, come hell or high water, to make it happen. This is our movie. And
has this changed your life a lot? This whole Legion M's changed your life?
It has. It has. And I mean, it's such a wonderful opportunity. Paul and I have done startups before. This is our third startup. Our first startup.
So this is not one of those ones you're going to get and then sell it off, right?
No.
Right,
there's
so
no way.
You got that? It's long run, guys.
But it's so here's the thing. Our first one, we started 3 guys working out of a spare room. We, doing something that everybody said, oh my God, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. We were the first ones to launch live television on a cell phone. Back in 2003. It was the very first color phones.
Yeah.
This was before cameras were even on phones.
Wow.
And we had this thing where you could watch kind of really poor quality television.
Yeah.
And people told us that's and I'm not big people in Hollywood said, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Nobody's ever going to watch movies on a cell phone.
Don't worry about it. The internet, that thing's just a fad too. So
exactly.
Don't worry about it.
So, flash forward a few years later, we won an Emmy for technical innovation in television.
Awesome.
We raised over $100 million in venture capital. We grew, the company had 400 people, offices around the world. We became the worldwide leader. So we saw this meteoric rise, and that. And so we've done startups, but what makes Legion M special is that, the whole reason we founded the company was because they changed some laws that allowed for the first time regular people to invest and be a part of it. And that is such a fundamental difference, to build a company that is designed to be owned by regular fans, that are putting in $100 at a time, is completely the opposite of the way that you normally set up a company. Normally, you want one giant whale investor, and we're looking for 1 million minnows. And we think that with million,
even if they're at the million, you can go past that.
No, we can keep going. But we see every day, the whole story behind Memory: The Origin of Alien. That's a film that we bought at Sundance.
Oh, we'll get into
based
that.
on the feedback from our fans. But we see every day the advantages of having a company owned by fans, and you could never do it before. So it's wonderful.
So the question is, they want to reach you on social media because they're interested in this. They go, Paul, I want to know more. What's all your social media handle, the website they can reach you at?
Legion M Official is our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Everything is just Legion M Official, all one word. Our website is legionm.com. You can join as a free member. There's zero cost or obligation. It's a great way to just be a part of the movement, be a part of the community. And, if you decide you want to invest someday, that's great, and you can own a piece of it. But even if you just want to be a free member, you can be a part of what we're doing.
Okay, so what I'm blown away about is you told me prior to this, and I said, no, let's not talk about it yet. Let's not talk about it yet. Jay and Silent Bob.
Yes.
So it is called the reboot, correct?
It is. It's called Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
I thought Kevin Smith was doing this by himself. I didn't know Legion M was involved with this.
No,
did you approach him, or you approach him? How did this all come to fruition?
We've known Kevin for a while. We did a bunch of stuff with Kevin and Stan Lee before Stan passed away.
Yeah.
And, so we have a great relationship with Kevin. And, he reached out to us and said, hey, we're doing this movie, and we'd love to have you be a part of it. So we're an investor. We're a minority investor. There's a lot of other investors. But, we have absolutely loved the opportunity to work with Kevin. He's so, he gets fans, obviously.
Oh, my God, he does. And what a great promoter.
Yeah, and yes. No, he's one of a kind. And he gets Legion M. He loves Legion M. He gave priority to Legion M members to be extras in the film. So
that's amazing.
You had to be in Louisiana where they were shooting, but if you were out there and you wanted to be an extra, and you told them you were Legion M, and you got to go to the front of the line and be in a Kevin Smith movie. I mean, how cool is that?
So pretty much, if you're part of the Legion M or you're an investor in it, you get a lot of priorities and perks that can happen and nobody else can possibly get.
Yeah, well, we do a lounge every year at San Diego Comic-Con. We do a lounge at Sundance. We were working with Fox Searchlight on the premiere of Tolkien, the biopic about the life of J.R.R. Tolkien, and we had 200 tickets to the premiere, the red carpet premiere with the stars in Hollywood, and we gave those away to Legion M members. I mean, we had to raffle them off, but that was for you didn't even have to be an investor. Some of the stuff we gave away. This is actually really cool. We gave away the really exclusive stuff we saved for investors, right? As a reward for those folks, but. Kevin gave us 2 set visits to go visit him on the set of Jay and Silent Bob.
Wow.
And so we bought the airfare and the hotel, and we flew people out to go meet Kevin and observe for a day on the set. And when we got there, he surprised them by giving them a walk-on role in the film.
That is awesome.
It's that's the sort of thing. Our job, or what we see as part of what we try and do, is create bucket list opportunities for our members.
Okay, all right.
When we did the premiere of Colossal, as an investor in the film, we had 8 tickets to the red carpet premiere, and we gave those away. I'd seen the movie already, so I stood in the back, or hung out in the lobby, and we gave our tickets away to investors.
Who comes up with the idea? I remember last time I said I love your car, and it's not your car; it's company car. Who comes up with all the detail for designs for your everything in here? I'm just painting a picture. Your backdrop and all this. Who's putting all this together?
Oh, it's kind of a mishmash. Some of it's Paul, some of it's me, some of it's Eric, some of it's Michelle.
Yeah,
we've got the car. Actually, was a good friend of mine that's a designer he's done race